Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Now we're going to talk about that kind of spooky stuff, which is scary, which is about confrontation. Nobody ever woke up in the morning going, oh, I have the gift of confrontation. I can't wait to confront three people. If you did that, you'd be a jerk. You don't want to be that. Confrontation is not easy. Even God doesn't like to confront, but He does it, and He does it the right way because we need it. So here's what we're going to deal with. When do I need to confront a client, and what's the best way of doing it? In the Latin, the word confront actually means to turn your face towards someone. Con means with, it's a connection term with, and then front means with. So you're loving this person, hanging out, feeling good with them. Oh, it's time to confront something. I better shut down and get official now and turn away. No, 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 no. That's not how the Bible teaches this. It's not what the science says about it. Confrontation is just as much a part of a relationship as anything else. So we've got to normalize that and integrate it. This is just the part of the warp and the woof of relationships, not anti-relationship. In fact, my belief is that great confrontation makes even better conversations and better relationships. What's the why here? Why is this important? There's really good reasons. But fundamentally it comes down to this, just spiritually and theologically speaking, because growth is about grace and truth over time. You have to have grace, that you're loved and accepted and nobody's mad at you. You're not condemned. You have to have truth, wisdom, feedback, information, and it happens to over the blender of time. And if you don't have confrontation, what you've got is grace and read a book over time. You never have confrontation. You've got to have the truth aspect. It's the delivery system of the truth aspect, which is God's system. Remember John 1:14, where it says that when Jesus came to the world, grace and truth came through Jesus. It didn't say grace only or truth only, both of them. What else? Well, confrontation lets us and lets you and your client become aware of issues that are being avoided and their impact. And so when we confront something, a lot of times it's something the person doesn't know about or isn't owning or kind of shining off. It kind of says, look, this is a big deal. Let's make your life better. So it helps us, it kind of shines the spotlight on something and say, we need to dig into this, whether it's acting out or an attitude problem or our anger that's inappropriate or whatever. It says, let's fix this. Let me give you some of my ground rules about confronting in the psychotherapeutic process. Confront something every session. Confront something every session. It might be a big deal, like you're going to get divorced if you keep this up. It might be a little deal, like it seemed to me that you kind of took that in a different way I was thinking about it. That's a little deal. But my experience is the more you normalize this, then the client expects it and they don't get all weird. It's kind of the touchy-feely therapists that are only like affirming and attuning and there and, I mean, I get all that. I do all that all the time. But you got some therapists, they'll just do that and then like every 3 months they'll say, I need to confront this. What does that make the client feel like? Oh my gosh, I'm getting spanked. This isn't how he or she is. Oh my gosh, it's like really bad, and they react. Get them used to the program. Love them, attune them, understand what they're doing. Confront something big or little every single session. Because otherwise you're going to lose structure, you're going to lose engagement, you're going to create dependency, you're going to regress them, they're going to get lazy, they're going to get entitled. You don't want that to happen. You're a great counselor. Now, let's talk about the something. First off, look at urgency. There might be an urgent situation. Maybe somebody's getting ready to go hurt themselves. I mean, that's the most serious thing. You've got to confront that right then. Or they're getting ready to get violent. No, you've got to talk about that. Or they're getting ready to make a really bad choice and leave the marriage or quit a job they need or whatever. That's not when you just attune and say, well, how does it feel to be, getting ready to divorce your spouse? I mean, you got to ask them, but you've also got to confront things, right? So look at urgency. Is this an urgent situation? Another one is the client not responding to attunement? We love attunement because that gets us everything, right? You can attune and attune and attune, and your client still may say, well, George, thank you for attuning. You really understand this, and I'm still going to go, rob a bank. Well, we can be understood and attuned to. It doesn't mean we don't have sin or pathology inside us. So after attunement's not working, you finally go, okay, you do understand, I get it, I'm glad you do, but I've got to confront this to you also because I'm concerned about you. So when attunement's not working, confront. Some people can make decisions with attunement for a long time without a lot of confrontation. That's great, but you need that in your toolbox. Here's another one. Making them aware. sometimes clients just are not aware of the dynamics. Maybe that they feel sadness that they're running away from, or maybe that they have losses they haven't dealt with, or maybe that that they try to be perfect when they're not, and so they feel all this pressure. And this is just the blind spot that you're helping them with. Psalm 139 talks about our blind spots. Search me and know me, and see if my if my ways please you, and lead me in the everlasting way, and all that. So you're just saying, I want to make you aware of something. So sometimes it's urgent, sometimes it's they're not getting it because even though you understand them, they're not seeing things the right way, and they're going to make bad decisions, or just because they're not aware. Let me give you some ways to do it. First off, be tentative. Now, my little Columbo thing I always talk about. I love that because when you're tentative, you're not saying I'm the authority figure and I'm going to tell you what's what. See, when you come in as the authority figure, this is the way it is. I mean, look at my finger. Don't you feel loving and open to everything I'm saying when you see this finger pointing? You want to go give me the finger. I mean, like you want to push back and you want to say, you're not the boss of me, because when you're very authoritative and authoritarian, you come across like, guess what? A parent. Most of them are in there because they're stuffing their parents. They got to get out of their heads. You become the second parent. You don't want that. You become tentative. I'm wondering if. I use that phrase all the time. I'm wondering if, I'm curious about, seems to me, could it be? How can they get mad at that and call you a parent? Secondly, give them your experience. It just seems to me that as we talked about the issue about what happened in the church, that now that you want to leave the church, it felt a little bit reactive to me, like it was two knuckleheads in the church that judged you, but your church has got 5,000 people. So could it be that you're kind of generalizing that out? Now I'm telling them my experience. Another part of this is show them the disconnects between their affects, their emotions, and their values and behavior. It's interesting to me, Sam, that even though you tell me how much you want an equal relationship with your wife and give her respect and, let her feel like that she's really a valuable part of the decision-making process, you really clamp up on the money. And because you have an MBA, you want to handle all that like she's an idiot. It feels like that's a disconnect between what you tell me and the way you behave towards her. I would have a hard time with that if I was her. That's the disconnect. Now they're feeling the cognitive dissonance, which gives them tension, which they need. Another one is escalate the intensity if it's urgent. Sometimes you got to say, look, I'm afraid you're going to do something destructive to yourself. And they go, no, I want to talk about something else. I've had to do this. I'm not talking about something else. I had to do this last week with a family coaching situation. I said to one of the members in a process group, I'm concerned that you're going to do this. And he said, nah, I don't think that's a big a deal. Can we work on this? And I went, no. And he went, well, I don't want to work on it. And the family got kind of nervous. And I said, well, that's what we're going to work on. And he finally went, okay, and we worked on it. He was just afraid and mad and all that, but you have to escalate the intensity. Don't be the kind of the wussy little counselor that just sits there and nods, right? And if they're not responding, make the lack of response the issue. And that's when you say, I'm feeling a little bit helpless here because I'm scared and concerned, and yet it feels like you're so mad or hurt or disconnected or impulsive that you don't want to change. And so let's talk about, I don't want to even talk about the behavior right now or the thing you're considering. I want to talk about what's it like to feel like I'm kind of bugging you about this and you are sort of with your arms crossed. It's hard for me because I feel helpless and I care about you. What's it like for you? Now we've gone from, and you know this by now, you're an intern, we've gone from content issues to process issues, and that helps a great deal. Anyway, confrontation helps, it's good. You're loving and you're graceful and you're warm and you're accepting, but you also tell the truth. All right, have a good class.